take it away.
Okay, great. Thank you for listening to me today. First of all, I want to bring this discussion forward. So if you guys will just come and sit in these desks up here and just kind of make a half circle, I want us to come together. We're going to have a cool discussion today, hopefully. So just grab a desk, whatever. Today, perfect. Just that scoot forward makes the difference.
You know, you take it.
No, I think I like this one.
Man, there's so many of us today. What are we going to do?
So many. We are just an army. We're the mentor army here. And these are the ones that are left. Everyone else has been killed off. We're the true warriors. All right, guys. So today, I want to talk about something that is a big deal and is obviously definitely part of our lives and everyone's lives, and that is stereotyping. Amber, you gave your facilitation last time, Tuesday, yeah? So she talked about diversity. So this will be perfect. Stereotyping and diversity pretty much go hand in hand. But there's a couple of different things that I wanted to talk about today with diversity. With stereotyping. So I guess to start out, I kind of want to open up with a question. And this is an open question. You guys can answer whatever you want. But what do you guys think stereotyping is? How would you define that word or what it means?
I think it's unfairly judging someone before we actually find the facts behind why they are doing things just doing things or being someone that they are.
Judging a book by its cover before reading the content.
Right. So why is it unfairly judging?
Because you don't take the time to actually find out why. It's a quick judgment and that's it. And all of a sudden they're in that group, you've organized them, you feel happy about yourself, that you're a good organizer of people, and then you move forward.
Now that I like that, there is this sense of this judgment that's unfair because we don't know the person. But is it safe to say that there is judgment that is good, that can be fair? Mm-hmm. Even if we don't know a situation or we don't know someone? Mm-hmm. I think that is safe to say, but not most of the time.
And I think a lot of stereotyping comes from, well, from like a Darwinistic perspective, like people could argue that stereotyping is basically like you have to make these quick judgments based on appearance in order to determine what is safe and what is unsafe. And I feel that that's what I do a lot of times. I try not to, but like everyone makes spur of the moment decisions, like snap judgments on people, and like they kind of categorize them. And I think it's so we don't have to it facilitates our brain. All right, it leases up some like RAM in our brain, so we can focus on things that are truly troubling us. So we don't have to worry about every single person we come in contact and getting to know them. Like we should be focusing on that, but we don't have to worry about that if we have other things going on in our head. So we just label, and then we're done, and then you can move on to what you think is important.
Yeah, and I think that labeling, it happens every day. Stereotyping is a conscious and a subconscious thing, because you are constantly, like you said, Bryce, you are constantly labeling things, judging the situation, assessing how it applies to you, and categorizing that in your brain and storing it away for later. And then you'll recall, oh yes, I remember that person, I remember this moment, and this is what it was like. So I've labeled that, and that's how I'm going to cognitively recognize that and remember that. So stereotyping happens all the time. There's a couple of paragraphs actually that I wanted to read. I want to see if we agree with this, if we think that this is a good overall definition. Amber, do you mind reading? Okay, there's just the first two paragraphs. Will you read those? I'll try to make it big so it's easy.
Stereotypes represent a belief or assumed knowledge of an entire group based on an experience with or information about a member or members of that group. It is an easy way of categorizing complex individuals. I don't know if that's of or not. Stereotyping often occurs because persistent messages are reinforced by family members in places of worship, on school campuses, and through the media. Stereotyping can be subconscious, where it subtly influences our decisions and actions, even in people who do not want to be biased.
So, do we agree with that? This paragraph talks about how stereotype represents a belief or some knowledge of an entire group based on experience with or information about a member or members of that group. It is an easy way of categorizing complex individuals. It's kind of what we were just talking about. It's that belief or measure of a belief of a person or a group of people based on one experience with them. Kind of goes back to that saying, the first impression, is the thing that everyone will always remember. I know in my personal life that stereotyping can be dangerous. It can cause a lot of hurtful and tough situations. And I realized that especially in my CLSS 1000 class. We did the activity where you stand in a circle and something is said, and if it applies to you, you step forward into the circle for a moment and you step back out. And that helped me see that people are humans, and I had made wrongful labels and judgments about people that were in that circle. And as I watched them step into the circle with situations that I would have had no idea that they had, it made me feel awful, and it helped melt those walls, destroy those barriers that I had kind of unintentionally put on them. It's a tough thing, and I'm sure that you guys have had experiences with stereotyping, or experiences where you have wrongfully labeled someone, or you have found out that you were labeled for something that wasn't right. So what I want to do is I want you guys to take out a piece of paper, and I want you guys to write on that piece of paper just one stereotype that has either been put on you or that you have heard of being put on someone that you know. And I want you to write how it affected you or that person. I want to quickly, I want to discuss what you guys kind of have written down. Is anyone, someone willing to share what they wrote down in their experience? That you can kind of talk about. You want to share your?
Mine's actually it's kind of funny. Well, it's kind of not at the same time. My brother, in high school was a drug addict, got caught, got kicked out. For me to go to the same high school because of where I lived and who I was related to, I actually had to sign a contract saying that because he was my older brother and what happened with him, I could not break any rules or they could expel me from school. So that was kind of stereotype saying, oh, you're this person's little sister? Yeah, we're gonna make you do this because we don't trust your family. And so it was kind of like, all right, well, you don't even know who I am as an individual. Why would you think that I'm anything like my older brother?
How did that make you feel?
Oh, it's so ridiculous. I kind of got really upset with it.
I would have.
I was really pissed off with it.
It's just not fair, yeah.
For a good long time, I was pissed off with it.
It's a little illegal as well, I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's unfair, but it's also, it's gotta be against some law somewhere that had someone
They
suffer
actually
something.
had tried to kick me out my freshman year. And my mom was like, seriously? She hasn't been breaking any rules. She hasn't done anything against your rules. She went in front of the school board and was like, there's no reason for you to try to kick my